Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of In the Box. This week, we are going to dive into a brand new plugin that Plugin Alliance has put out in their Lindell audio series. It's called the 50 series. It's basically an emulation of an API channel strip. So it's kind of like a 500 series thing because it's got these little slots, and you can kind of just mess around with that, and you can change some of them as well, which is very cool. So yeah, let's dive into that, and let's see how that sounds. I really love the sound of an API, and as of now, I think the only API actual channel strip that we had was the UAD one. So it's cool that we have another one that we can use, and we can change the compressor from a VCA to a FET, and we have an option of changing the EQs as well. So I thought that was cool, and I did a little demo for you guys. So let's dive right in and check that out. Well, here is our plugin. This is the Lindell Audio 50 series channel strip. Basically, this is an API channel strip, and let's go over everything in the plugin. So this is the preamp section. This is your input gain in case you want to drive it for a little bit of just preamp saturation and stuff. And you can always adjust the output from here just to make sure that the levels are constant. Then you have a high pass filter, and you can adjust the frequency of the high pass filter. I think it's defaulted to around 80 hertz. We'll keep it there. Then you have a pad, and then you can set to unity, and you have a total harmonic distortion knob, which is cool. I really do like just the API distortion, the natural preamp distortion that comes from that. It's super nice and mid-rangey and crisp. Sounds great on a snare. Sounds great on guitars. So, right. So then moving on to our EQ section, we have the 550A, 550B, and the 560. So that's really cool to be able to just switch between the three of them and just see which one sounds the best and stick to that. And you have a post dynamic button. So in case, as of now, the EQ is before the dynamics, and if you want it to be post dynamics, you can just click this button and see which one sounds better. Then moving on to our compressor section, we have two compressors here, the VCA, and we have a FET compressor as well. I really like both, but you really have to just keep switching between the two to see which one sounds better. And I would suggest that you really, really do this for pretty much everything, because it will surprise you as to how sometimes you think one is going to sound better and the other one actually ends up sounding better. So yeah, just try that. Just play around with it. The FET is super grabby, in my opinion, so I'm really happy that they have this mix knob, because when I find myself kind of using it at 100%, it's really sort of grabby. So, and it doesn't really, like, you can really hear it's pretty aggressive. So yeah, I'm really glad that they have this, and I'm glad that they have this high pass filter, this side chain over here. Yeah, that's about it. And you can choose whether you want to be in compressor mode or limiter mode, and you can set the output ceiling. So that's what they have here. Then we have an expander and gate section. Fairly simple. We got a release knob, a range, which is basically a ratio. Then we have a threshold knob, and then a hysteresis knob. For those of you who don't know, the threshold sets the point at which the gate opens, and the hysteresis sets the point at which the gate closes. So in case you are happy with your release setting, and for example, you want the decay of the tom to sort of be heard all the way through before the gate closes up on you, you can really adjust the hysteresis knob and dial in that sound. So play around with that. Yeah, well, that's about it. And then we have our output section, output knob or fader, I should say. So that's our Lindell 50 series channel, and this is the Lindell bus. I think this is kind of just like almost like a summing, I would say. And it's got a gain staging over here, input and output, and obviously it brings in a little bit of that API summing, that sound, which is cool. Sounds good. So those are the two things that we're going to be going over today. So I am I have already kind of mixed this a little bit, and I'm using the same song that I did for the Abbey Road RS-124 compressor. So yeah, I hope you guys like the song. The song is called B&B. It's by my band by chance, and it's unreleased. Let's listen to it. All the plugins bypassed first.
Saw you dancing on the floor, right then I knew I want more. Moving your hips side to side, you're like a prowler in the night. Yeah! Saw you dancing on the floor, right then I knew I want more. Moving your hips side to side, you're like a prowler in the night. Yeah!
Yeah. All right, we're going to A-B this, and I'm going to play it through, I think, till the chorus. And I'm just going to keep bypassing the plugins and then re-engaging them, and hopefully you guys can tell the difference because it's not subtle. All right, we'll start with it bypassed. Here we go.
Saw you dancing on the floor, right then I knew I want more. Moving your hips side to side, you're like a prowler in the night. Yeah! Motion to you, come to me, your sweet scent sets me free. Let's get away out of shine, let it just be you and me tonight. Let's go! I'm gonna take you away and make some sweet love. Girl, I'll lay you down and get your feet up. Make it toast, girl, oh, oh.
That sounds pretty cool. That's a little inside joke for any Curb Your Enthusiasm fans out here. I love Larry David. He is awesome. All right, well, let's dive into what we did individually, and we'll A-B and see what that sounds like. Here's the kick. I dialed in a little bit of gain, some EQ. I'm boosting some high end, some mids, cutting some low mids, and boosting some low end. I've used the VCA circuit compressor for this, and I've engaged the expander as well. So you really feel the thump and the power of the kick really cut through. And we're really not compressing much. I think we're getting like, what, 2 dB of compression? Maybe 3 at times? Yeah, super subtle. Slow attack, fast release. Just the way I like it. So that is the kick. And here we have the snare. What's going on in the snare? I have given a little bit of gain Oh, a little bit of THD. Did I put some THD on the kick? No, I did not. But I definitely added some THD on the snare, man. I love just the subtle sound of what it does to a snare. Excuse me. In this, I'm using the 550A EQ. I just want to try something different, and I did not engage the filter. What are we doing? Um, I'm doing a little boost at around 7K, and it's set to a bell, and then a little bump at 200, not much. And okay, and I've used the FET circuit for this. And like I mentioned before, that the FET compressor, like this one, is super, super grabby and it's super aggressive. So I did use the mix knob to adjust the tone because I was liking the sound of the FET compressor, but it was just way too aggressive. So I wanted a little bit of the dry to cut through. So this is a great option that we have over here. Um, then you know what? I tried to use the gate and expander on this just to try to get rid of the cymbals. And I thought that this, when you listen to it in solo, the cymbals sound really, really loud. But when I was engaging the gate, it was um, when I unsoloed it, when I heard it with the whole mix, it was not sounding good. Like I was missing the power of the cymbals and just the shimmery. I was missing those frequencies basically. So, whenever you are using a gate or doing anything in mixing, whenever you're doing anything in solo, always always listen to it unsoloed as well. Listen to it in the grand scheme of things. Listen to it as a mix, as a song, and make your decisions based on that. Well, yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm doing on the snare. Let's just let's A/B it and see what that sounds like. So it is bringing out the sound of the hi hat and the cymbals quite a bit. But like I mentioned, in the grand scheme of things, it sounds good. Moving on to toms. I'm using the 550B and the VCA circuit over here. Uh, just a little boost at around 100 and 150, and a little boost at around 8K. I feel that the 8K to 9K frequencies are kind of like where the sticks hitting the skin of the tom, kind of that sound. So I'm pulling out. I love the sound and the definition of that. So I'm pulling that out by boosting 8K. And I don't think we're getting too much compression. We'll check it out right now. And I am using an expander for this. Let's go to a section where we have toms. JC just really brings it through really, really nicely. What's next? Then we've got this on on the drum bus. We're giving a little bit of gain and a little bit of THD. It's almost like that preamp is almost like gluing the drums together. It's really cool. All right, here we have the bass. What are we doing here? We're giving a little bit of gain. We're doing some EQ. We're using the 550B. I really like the 550B, man. Like I want four knobs, so I like that. We're giving some love at 10K, 3K, 20. No, then at 100, we're giving some love over there. And now we're using the FET compressor for this, and I've dialed the mix knob at 75%, and the high pass filter at around 100 hertz. And yeah, I think we're getting probably 4 to 6 dB of gain reduction. Oh, my bad. We're getting around 2 to 4 dB of gain reduction. You know what? We don't need this anymore. It just cuts through. Let's see, what do we got going on the guitars? Okay, so guitars, no gain. But in this, we're using the 560. I just really like how we can really kind of drive the, especially the 2K region. I love where the guitars sit at 2K. And with the 560, as you increase the gain, the Q gets narrower and narrower. It gets sharper, basically. So you can really kind of focus into the frequencies that you want to boost. It's really cool. I think this is the only form of graphic EQ that I ever really use in a plugin form. So, a little trivia for you. Boring trivia. And I'm using the FET compressor for this, and I've again dialed in a mix knob at 85%. So you can see I'm pretty much using the mix knob for almost everything whenever I'm using the FET. No gate used for this. Let's go back and forth. So you can see that how we're really getting rid of a lot of the mud from here. And the compressor is really doing a good job of just holding it together and gluing it in. Check it out again. All that low-end mud is going to be fighting with the bass guitar, so it's a really good idea to get rid of it. And I thought this this EQ does a really good job of doing that. All right, moving on. We have vocals. Let's see what's going on in vocals.
Saw you dancing on the floor, right then I knew I want more. Moving your hips side to side, you're like a prowler in the night. Yeah! Motion till you come to me, your sweet scent sets me free. Let's get away out of shine, let it just be you and me tonight. Let's go! I'm gonna take you away and make some sweet love. Girl, I'll lay you down and get your feet up, make you toast, girl, oh, oh. Saw you dancing on the floor, right then I knew I want more. Moving your hips side to side, you're like a prowler in the night.
See, there you go. It was set to VCA first, and I switched to FET. And the vocals are super dynamic in this song. So this is one of those situations where we've left the mix on all the way at 100%. And then the compressor is really working hard to keep everything together. But you know what? The ratio is just 2-to-1. So it's not like we're crushing it. We're just controlling it.
Saw you dancing on the floor, right then I knew I want more. Moving your hips side to side, you're like a prowler in the night. Yeah! Motion till you come to me, your sweet scent sets me free. Let's get away
I have also put this on the FX bus, which is basically all our reverbs and delays. And I'm really not doing much. I'm just boosting a bell boost at around 12.5K just because I want to get some of those shimmery frequencies. I just want them to shine a little more. Yeah, so let's bypass this and see what that sounds like.
Saw you dancing on the floor, right then I knew I want more. Moving your hips side to side, you're like a prowler in the night.
You can really hear it on the vocals. You can really hear that, just the afterthought of the vocals is just a little shimmery on top. I like that. Duh.
Saw you dancing on the floor, right?
Yeah, there's no compression going on. Yeah, that's about it. And then we have on the mix bus, we have the Lindell 50 bus, and we're giving a little bit of gain, and that's it.
Saw you dancing on the floor, right then I knew I want more. Moving your hips side to side, you're like a prowler in the night. Yeah. Motion till you come to me, your sweet scent sets me free. Let's get away out of shine, let it just be you and me tonight. Let's go, I'm gonna take you away and make some sweet love. Girl, I'll lay you down and get your feet up, make you toast, girl, oh, oh.
Well, that was the demo for the Lindell Audio 50 series channel strip and bus, brand new plugins by Plugin Alliance. Hope you guys like that. If you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe, like, comment, share. Man, I love to hear what you guys have to say. So let's get a dialogue going. And, I'm looking forward to building a little community of audio geeks like me. So I hope you guys like that. Thanks for watching.